Of course, we are not alone, and we have never been alone. Now, in our modern time, there are those who say they understand the mysteries of the modern technology, the secret groups, the secret government organizations, the secret super spies and super soldiers and covert ops, men in black, dark hats. Yeah, you're watching Hot Conflict, and we give you all the strange and spooky stuff here. The concepts of a chair, a Montauk chair, a chair of consciousness, where those sit in the chair. It has the ability to alter their state of mind and state of being, and possibly alter the dimensions and frequencies of space and time, and alter the very space-time continuum. And there are those who talk about places like Montauk and secret projects and chairs that have been made with technology from other places and other worlds and other groups. And that they have been using these kinds of concepts to alter the consciousness field and possibly even alter the timeline. And now you hear strange stories from the East, like China saying they don't want to support Westerners promoting their strange sci-fi and strange American pop culture because they think that there are secret messages embedded within the supernatural sci-fi elements of time travel and their concepts of divinity and morality from their consciousness of who their ancestors told them is that altering the timeline and changing patterns from the past for your own purposes is a violation, and we do not accept that. And people in the West are freaking out over what is China doing and why are they doing this, and it sounds so freaky and you hear about it on the news. Those in the spiritual community understand there's a wink and a nod there, brothers and sisters, to the highest levels of the government saying, we know what you're doing and how you're trying to manipulate the consciousness field and possibly even doing dark arts and secret ops to alter the timeline. You see, what happens is when people use technology for their own purposes, what we're saying is there is this concept now in many strange esoteric communities that the ideal is to ascend spiritually with the physical body so that you are beyond the personal ego, the personal self, the personal motivations that cause you to act for your own selfish reasons. The same kind of reasons that cause fractures, fractals, rips, tears, fracts in the timeline of the consciousness. Mistakes so bad that they could go to the level of stealing, looting, pillaging, altering, destroying. Now even worse, separating brothers from brothers, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, separating husbands and wives, separating the consciousness level of those who have chosen to join their consciousness level in sacred matrimony at a spiritual level, separating the man from the woman, the divine masculine from the feminine. We're back to Cain and Abel and the plot of a consciousness field. Adam is offered the knowledge of the greens and the two-horned ones by eating of their green tree. Oh, brothers and sisters, what kind of strange story are we telling? Blue, green, trees, chairs, consciousness, cows. It's getting very strange. Well, these strange groups have these chairs and they talk about the concept of being able to alter the fields. And this is a popular sci-fi concept. People who talk about stargates and portals and dimensions and rifts in space and time and wormholes and consciousness fields. the abwab of the samawat, the gates of the very stars, the frequency of the vibrations of those who have access to the very heavenly realms, or the inner realms, or the outer realms. All these concepts are embedded in the chair, and you have shows like Stargate and Stargate Atlantis and Stargate Universe, and they all have these concepts of the ancient chair. And you sit in the ancient chair, and it brings enlightenment. The ancient chair holds consciousness, and if you take the chair and take the position of the chair, the consciousness fields of all that is can be downloaded into you and zapped into you, and the frequency and the light and the electricity of the consciousness will go into you. But be warned, brothers and sisters, if you don't prepare yourself, if you're consciously not ready, in the Stargate world, the consciousness chair will fry your brain and electrocute you to smithereens, and you could die. You might not want to take the consciousness chair of enlightenment. It could fry your brain. You see, even the consciousness chair could kill you if you aren't spiritually ready. But those who are can take the consciousness chair and ascend out of their physical bodies. We've been saying that this concept of consciousness is the journey, that our story is following Adam, then Cain and Abel, then Noah, before the destruction, before the exposure to all the other realms and the contact with all the other worlds, that the sons and daughters of Adam were mixing and merging physically with the beings from the sky realms, from the beings from the heavenly realms, from the so-called false gods. This is what happens before the destruction, and then Noah saves the tree and all the animals from the garden and protects them again. And the sons and daughters of Adam go on the consciousness field until Abraham pillars the earth and stands once and for all as the son of Adam and begins the tribes of Jacob and Joseph, and the consciousness field of Joseph understanding the 7 levels and the 12 worlds and the consciousness fields of all the others, and being raised to a position of advisors of the kings and queens. That the kings and queens of the earth need advisors from the true sons and daughters of Adam, and currently all of their intelligence gathering community, 850,000 agents collecting pieces of information, are not good enough as one person who has true understanding of consciousness, who can actually discern right from wrong, who is able to understand the vibration and frequency of light versus dark, that there is a difference in the very frequency and vibration. Let's take a deep breath and say, oh my brothers and sisters, can you feel it? A frequency, a vibration. You can grab onto it, you can touch it, you can feel it right through this video. It extends beyond space and time. A fluttering, a frequency right here, a vibration. Do you feel me, brothers and sisters? No, you do not. You do not feel me. You are not physically touching me. I am not next to you. You do not feel me physically with your sense of touch. But I say it again, brothers and sisters, on the authority of Allah and on the Sunnah of His Messenger, giving you my hand as a Muslim, submitting my will to the will of Allah, saying what you already know. I'm your brother. I give you everything I have. Asking for you nothing. Take my hand. Take whatever you want. Do you feel me? I know you do. So how is that possible? Is it a consciousness field? Is it a vibration that we are connected at a spiritual level? We are connected at a soul level. We are connected on a frequency. We're in sync. We're in wave with each other. You're on my vibe. We're on the same wavelength. We're on the same frequency. Our harmony and resonance and vibration is vibrating in oneness. And understanding that oneness, and understanding that concept, and understanding that consciousness is the mystery. That Abel was beginning to remember the oneness of consciousness of all things, so much so that his abilities were beginning to manifest, and so that he could telepathically communicate with the rams and the goats and the sheep and the holy cow. My name is Saleem Siddiqui. I'm the guy you're looking for. I am a mujahid, brothers and sisters. What those in the West call super soldiers.